Hair loss can happen to both men and women. From genetics to diet, there are several factors that contribute to the problem.
There are shampoos, special medical combs, pills, vitamins that promise to cure your coif. And tonight's Health Smart, Jessica Holmes tells us about a new permanent solution.
Thanks, guys. For a forever head of hair, hair transplants seem to be the only option for balding and hair loss. But in the past, grafts were not recommended for everyone and could leave unsightly scars. Now a new way to have a good hair day every day. For many of us, our mane is a main part of our identity.
It's your confidence, it's your self-esteem, it's your bravado.
And for the millions of men and women who suffer from hair loss, the effects can be devastating.
It's one of those things that I know people are looking at every day, and so it just sort of pounds my self-esteem.
For Demetrius Laster, the balding on the back of his head is a painful reminder of a heartbreaking childhood tragedy.
About 18 years ago, I was involved in a car accident, and I lost two brothers. One of the last things that that lasted from the tragedy is this scar that I have back here. And every day when I think about it, it's a reminder of what happened 18 years ago.
For most of his life, the 28-year-old has been searching for the right kind of hair restoration.
I've been looking online, looking at different procedures. I just haven't found anything that was sort of sufficient. I've seen hair plugs, I've seen scarring, I've seen sort of the worst things. I want it to be fixed, but I don't want it to be in a way that comes out worse than what it was in the beginning.
Adding to the plight, surgeons insist, especially for African Americans, traditional transplants can leave serious scars.
The old method scars, and people get a linear scar, and sometimes the scar stretches, so there's a widened scar, and they can't cut their hair really short because, you know, the scar would show.
Though Santa Monica hair transplant specialist Dr. Sean Behnam is performing a new technique called the extraction method.
In African Americans, because there's a curly hair, this is actually made more challenging, and that's why few people do it.
So how's it work?
Individual hairs are moved one at a time, and rather than a whole strip of tissue being removed. So with this method, there is no linear cutting, unlike the strip method. These little holes just heal by themselves, and they're almost undetectable after they heal.
Another advantage with the in-office procedure, there's very little downtime. In fact, Demetrius was back to work the next day. And look at the hair growth, just 1 week, and then 2 weeks after the transplant.
It's literally going to be a life-changing event. Literally tomorrow, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to feel like I'm 100% of a person.
There are only a handful of surgeons in the United States that can do this type of transplant, and the procedure also works for eyebrows, mustaches, even goatees.